Imagine a time when the call to serve in the military could dramatically alter your life, but that call seemed to fall more heavily on some shoulders than others. This created deep divisions and questions about equality during a pivotal moment in history. Yes, the Selective Service System was widely perceived as unfair during the Vietnam War era. This perception stemmed from several factors, primarily the existence of various exemptions and deferments that allowed certain groups to avoid military service, particularly combat roles, more easily than others. The core mechanism behind this perception of unfairness lay in the system of deferments. Educational deferments, for instance, allowed college students to postpone service, meaning that young men from wealthier backgrounds who could afford higher education were less likely to be drafted. Occupational deferments were also granted to individuals in certain professions deemed critical, further narrowing the pool of eligible draftees to those without such advantageous positions. Medical deferments, while necessary, were sometimes seen as disproportionately benefiting those with access to better health care or influential connections, contributing to the feeling that the burden of service fell unfairly on working-class and minority communities. This imbalance led to significant public discontent and anti-war sentiment. People protested against the draft, and many sought ways to avoid induction, including moving to other countries or pursuing conscientious objector status. The perception of unfairness eroded public trust in governmental institutions and the military, influencing the broader civil-military relationship for decades. The Selective Service System was responsible for classifying registrants, and its local draft boards had considerable discretionary power. While a draft lottery system was introduced in 1969 to create a seemingly more random and equitable selection process, it came after years of perceived injustice and did not fully erase the damage to public confidence. Another notable exemption, before 1969, was the oldest son exemption, which allowed the firstborn son in a family to defer service. Understanding the widespread perception of unfairness surrounding the draft is crucial for grasping the full social and political impact of the Vietnam War. It illustrates how policy implementation, even with good intentions, can inadvertently create deep societal divides and erode trust, ultimately shaping public attitudes toward military service and government authority long after the conflict ends.
If this history moves you, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.